With shiny Pokemon becoming easier and easier to get in the most recent games, there are a few spots in the Scarlet and Violet Indigo Disc DLC that make shiny Pokemon even easier to get, almost guaranteed. A few of these spots I didn't learn about until recently, and they've completely changed how I shiny hunt in the terrarium. Let's take a look on where those spots are and why they're so good. For our number 5 spot, you actually run past it every single time you enter into the terrarium through any part of the Blueberry Academy, and it's right here, right on the bridge entering to the Savannah biome. Right here you see all 15 spawns that are allowed on screen at a time all spawn right here, and you can reset it by just running this far into the tunnel and then running back out in, and it'll quickly respawn all of the Pokemon here. Why is this good? You can isolate encounter Charmander, Doduo, Horn right here. You just respawn them like that. It's so much faster than a picnic reset, and you can just run in, run out, and if you don't wait like 1 second in here, it will not respawn everything, but it's so much faster than a picnic reset. And that's the name of the game, is encounter as many Pokemon as you can, as fast as you can. For our number 4 location, it is right here on top of the torchlit labyrinth, and you can get there by flying to the coastal outdoor classroom and climbing up the cliff. What makes this spot really good is you can use it to shiny hunt Minior, which is one of the hardest shinies to find in the terrarium, because you have to auto battle it before you can see if it's shiny or not, or you could battle it, break off its shell, but that is way harder than auto battling. What makes this spot really good is there are tons of Minior spawns here. Like, look at this cluster, there's like 6 there, and it's just a really good spot to shiny hunt if you're going to be shiny hunting Pokemon that spawn here, because you don't have to picnic reset. You can just run from one side of the rock to the other, spawning and despawning the Pokemon as you need to, which makes things go a whole lot faster than if you had to picnic reset something. Our number 3 spot is actually inside the Chargestone Cavern. You fly to the Polar Outdoor Classroom 1 and then go through this cave entrance, and you're going to need the ability to fly or some pretty good parkour skills. What you're going to do is you're flying up to this area right here, and you're going to see this little hill that is right on the edge of the polar biome and the canyon biome. We're wanting to stay on the side of the polar biome right here. And what you can see is there's a multitude of Pokemon that spawn here. Elekid, Porygon, Magneton, Plusle. And what you can do is right here, while you're still in the polar biome, you just picnic reset and all of the Pokemon spawn right here. Nothing spawns behind you, and you can just keep resetting for the mons you want. All of these Pokemon you can encounter by themselves if you choose the right type of sandwich. Even Metang spawns here, which is really good, and you just keep picnic resetting to get the Pokemon that you actually want. This is by far my favorite picnic reset spot in the terrarium, but moving on to spot number 2, which can help you get some pretty cool shinies. Spot number 2 is also in the polar biome. You fly to the Polar Plaza, and you can go and fly up the hill, and you'll see that there are 2 different caves. One is right there, and the other is more below. We're looking for this cave that's up here on the hill, and you'll know it's the right cave because there is a Terra Metang here. You can knock that out or keep it, whichever you like. But right here, what you can do is you can isolate spawn Snubbull, Duraludon, your version exclusive, either Alolan Vulpix or Alolan Sandshrew, and Torchic here. And you just go ahead and picnic respawn in the middle of the room and reset. You just run back to this corner and everything will spawn on the other side of the room, and you repeat until you find the shiny. You can isolate encounter as you wish. Now, before moving on to our number 1 pick, I want to throw out an honorable mention, and the honorable mention is any of the biome-specific plazas. You can go and do the same thing like at the entrance to the terrarium. As soon as you go close to the plaza and come out, all of the Pokemon will spawn. These are an honorable mention because they're so big and there's not really one field of view. The Pokemon kind of spawn everywhere, so you have to just move around and look and respawn, but they are a very fast way to respawn all of the Pokemon in those areas, so I figured I'd mention them. And our number 1 spot is the 4 corners around the central plaza area. This is the same thing like all of the different plazas for the different biomes, where if you go and you run into the plaza area and run out, then it quickly respawns all of the Pokemon in those areas. And why this is really good is because there are 4 areas around, so you can get all of the random biome spawns through this method. And my favorite one for this is obviously the canyon biome. I hate the canyon biome with a burning passion, but being able to go in and say we're hunting for Tepig, you can throw on a fire sandwich and go hunting here. Or if you want Geodude, Deerling, Tyrogue, they will all isolate and counter spawn here, and you can just catch them, and it just takes just a few resets to get the shiny that you're looking for. If you want to see what I did to cure my boredom of Scarlet and Violet, make sure to click the video that's on the screen now.